What's up, soulmates? What up, what up, what up? Welcome to Love Savvy Q&A episode, what is that? 68. Okay. Episode 68. So today's question is, how do men contribute to the body image and self-esteem of individuals? Okay, so this is an old question. It was a good question, so I just pulled it up again. It was from our Julie Jules, which her schedule changed, so she's no longer our self-proclaimed co-host. She was our self-proclaimed co-host, but her schedule changed. All right, so this was from Julie Jules. How do men contribute to body image and self-esteem of individuals? Okay, so from my perspective, I'm just looking at what's going on nowadays with BBLs and all these changes that women go through, right? And I'm just going to speak about relationship wise, and I'm going to speak about women, okay? Because this is a broad, I could be here for hours talking about it, right? So I'm just going to focus on the body image. We've seen Little Kim, right? She's not my genre of music, but she is definitely someone I am fond of as a woman, just making it out there in a male-dominant industry. Okay. Now, one thing that she did say was that the men that she loved, right, would leave her for women that had a European standard of beauty, right? They had lighter skin. So here she is. We know she's looking lighter. Okay. All right, she's looking lighter than she originally was, and she was such a beautiful, beautiful chocolate woman. Beautiful, her lips, her skin color, beautiful chocolate woman, right? She could have won an award for just for being chocolate. And we see how her body changed as well, and it's not looking natural, right? So this is just a visual. It's not to judge her or to pinpoint her. It's just because it's very visual, very obvious and very visual. Don't get me wrong. I am fond of her uprise in a male dominant industry, even though it's not my genre. It's just not my genre of music. So from my perspective, men push big, physical attributes, right? Curvy, but like big butt and big badongas, big titties and all this and that. And it's all over the media, music, and movies and stuff like that. And so here we are finding women that I never thought would get BBLs, getting BBLs, okay? I never thought black women would get BBLs because we're naturally curvy. And I understand, like, I'm not really that curvy. I'm not curvy. I like to think it in my mind, imagine but I'm not curvy. And I'm seeing those who are not curvy, black women, they getting these BBLs. And I have a friend, she was curvy, but she didn't have a back and she got BBLs. And I'm like, I just couldn't understand it. But I understand that there's a pressure, right? And it's not coming from females, because if we were in an island by ourselves, nobody would care about getting BBLs, okay? Nobody, no women would care about BBLs. there's a lot of pressure from the masculine to be curvy, right, in areas that you're not. So I would definitely say it is a self-esteem issue, right? It's definitely a self-esteem issue, because if you are confident, secure about your appearance, you're not gonna risk your body, because it's apparently, allegedly it started off as a bio weapon, a bio weapon. And so allegedly, that's what I read somewhere, but it's not really substantial. It's not a substantial article, whereas like it's a research article, and just like that. It wasn't a substantial article, but apparently, allegedly, that's why Cardi B removed all of her. Apparently, allegedly, she removed all of her BBLs and all those things because she found out it was a bio weapon, and so why would you wear all this stuff, risk yourself? And women have died from it because they went to the wrong person, blah, blah, blah. If you're secure and confident about your looks, right? That has to do with self-esteem. And it has a certain smell to it. Allegedly. Just saying. Right? Just saying. So this is not to judge you. This is to be aware that all of this pressure is enhancing you. Is enhancing the insecurity. So it's also it's playing on your self-esteem. Like it's enhancing the low self-esteem, right? It has a lot to do with self-esteem. So it's enhancing that. It's playing on your, like, people make money off of your self-esteem. They make gazillions and billions of dollars off your self-esteem. If they figure out someone, a group has a low self-esteem in a particular area, they're gonna make money off of you. Okay, and social media helps them do that. All right, social media helps them make money off of your self-esteem. So they find out particular group don't like the way they look, and they will pay. Hey Gigi, that's my sister. She just had her birthday, the 13th. If the companies, right, corporations find out you are not secure in a certain area, whether it be your body, whether it be self-love, if you are codependent and having insecurities about being alone, they will find a way to make money off of that. Okay, they will find a way to make money off of that, and of course, if this is a male dominant society, the pressure will be towards what pleases the men. Okay, what pleases the male. So if you feel that you are not good enough unless you have a big booty, right? Because men love big booty, and then you could see it in it's not only in the hip hop area, right? It's not only hip hop that does this. Even like if you look at heavy rock videos and rock and roll videos, you see women with big boobs and and stuff like that. Rock on, big boobs. So that's pressure from males to have these big attributes to your body. And if you are insecure enough, you're going to get those BBLs. You're going to get those lip injections, and you're going to risk your life even, because women go to the wrong ones because it's cheaper, and you're going to have this certain smell, allegedly has a certain smell, so that's how men can affect women's self-esteem. But it has to already be at a low point, right, for it to be affected. So men kind of enhance that self-esteem, that low self-esteem. And then for themselves, the question was for the how men affect the self-esteem of individuals and themselves. So for men themselves, how can I was talking about women, right? I was focused on women because for men, I think I have to do more research for it, look into different things for men. And I think for men mostly is an emotional thing, like they can't express their emotions, and that affects your self-esteem, especially if you already have a low self-esteem and you can't express yourself, you can't have a voice, right? Then it's going to affect your self-esteem. So I was just focused on the women because I just see it around me. I see it around me. I have personally, I have a friend that had that went to get a BBL, and she told me about it. But I met her after she had the BBL, but I was just so surprised that Black women were getting BBLs. But and so on, and she did lip work as well. So it was like I was so surprised that Black women were doing that. But that's what it is. That's what it is right now. And I mean, there's so many other things besides BBL that women are doing with the weave. I mean, it's okay if you're doing it for fashion, right? Like you change it up. One day you have curly hair, one day you have weaves, one day you have locks. But if you're doing it because you can't even wear your natural hair, you're at a point where you can't wear your natural hair because you're feeling shameful and like it's not attractive, to have natural hair, which I know someone that was still saying that my hair was not attractive. She felt like my hair was not attractive, that I needed to straighten, right? If we're still in the mindset of the white standard of beauty, straight hair is more beautiful than natural hair, then that's a low self-esteem as a Black person. I'm sorry, but I'm just going to say that's what it is. Low self-esteem as a Black person if you think the only way your hair could be beautiful is with straight hair. Okay? And that was pressure from men. Because I remember there was at one point, I was feeling like it was the Black men that didn't like the straight hair. I was experiencing that. And it was more white men that didn't like curly hair. And it was more white men that were accepting of curly hair than Black men. That's what I was experiencing. That was like my experience. Yeah, so that's my 2 cents for today, right? How men can influence, right, the self-esteem and the body image of women. And I'm just, and I definitely want to close off by saying that we are all agape love, right? Agape love is God and God is love. And you have God manifesting himself into who you are physically. He's experiencing himself physically through you. He's experiencing your hair, your lips, your whole body, right? Purposely, because he thinks it's beautiful, right? It's beautiful just the way you are, right? And and the variety, he wanted to experience this variety, right? So you don't have to be like that person, because you are God. You are God in the flesh. And how could you think that is not beautiful? Anyway, so that's my 2 cents for today. Speaking as a minimal curvy woman, okay? But I love my curly hair, all right? And I love my small butt, okay? And my small tatas, all right? I love it. At one point, when I was younger in high school, I was insecure about my small tatas, but I love my small tatas, and I love my butt, my little butt, and my curly hair. Because it's God, manifesting himself into me physically, okay? That's what he's experiencing me physically. All right, guys. So that's my 2 cents for today. Peace and so.